Toyota Hilux නම් Toyota Lanka තමයි.
අපට විශ්වාස Toyota Lanka.
පෞගේ කාලේ ජාත්‍යන්තරවත්
Many hoped that the country would collapse due to the conflicts that arose within the country and globally. Their biggest hope was that our economy would tumble due to the US tariff policy.
ප්‍රතිපත්තිය විසින් අපේ ආර්ථික බිඳ වැටේවි. තමුන්නාන්සලගේ ආර්ථික න්‍යායච හර්ෂද ගොඩේවද? මම දන්නේ. ගොඩේවත් දැන් නැද්ද? ගොඩේව නෑ දැන්. හර්ෂ. මම දැක්ක ඡන්ද කාලේ ගොඩේව කිව්ව නැද්ද? කවුරුණත්.
Regardless of who it is, a few days ago the opposition predicted that the tariffs would climb back up to 44% from 30%. The opposition always have a dreadful dream to see our country's economy collapse. That dreadful dream will not become a reality.
දැන් අගෝස්තු ජනාධිපති පාර්ලිමේන්තුවෙත් නෑ. දෙසැම්බර් ජනාධිපති කවි කොහමද දෙසැම්බර් තව මාස 3යි. 24 කල් ගියාද? එක්සත් ජනපදයේ විසින් අපිට ඉදිරිපත් කළ සමහර යෝජනා තිබුණා.
There were several proposals presented by the US which we are currently discussing. So far, we have not reached or signed a final agreement. We have started negotiations to possibly further reduce the 20% tariff. If you expect our economy to collapse due to the impact of the US tariffs, it is time to let go of that hope. Our GSP trade concession is due to conclude by the end of 2027. We are holding broad discussions to secure the GSP concession. We reached several agreements at these discussions, including the repealing of the Prevention of Terrorism Act, amending the Online Safety Bill, and the conducting of thorough investigations into murders and crimes that have been concealed. These are the government's responsibilities. We will gladly accept it if a third party points out these measures to us. However, even if they didn't, it is still our responsibility to uphold democracy and human rights within the country. We have already taken measures to diversify export markets as well as our export portfolio. Foreign direct investment received in the first half of 2024 amounts to 252 million rupees. Total foreign direct investment received in the first half of 2025 is 507 million rupees. That is a growth of 101%. We will have foreign reserves of over $7 billion by December this year. We opened the market to import vehicles after 5 years. LCs worth $1.268 billion had been opened as of yesterday. We expect LCs of around $1.5 to $1.8 billion to be opened by December. Rumors are circulating claiming that the importation of vehicles would be restricted or halted outright. What will happen then? An individual who is planning to purchase a vehicle next year will attempt to do so within this year. What is the reason for these rumors? It is an attempt to threaten our foreign reserves. So we would like to announce to all citizens that we will not be curbing the importation of vehicles. We will leave the market open for vehicle imports. You have been bringing up an issue related to containers. Do you believe Comrade Bimal Ratnayaka would steal containers? However, you brought up a valid allegation. A committee was appointed by the Ministry of Finance. The committee provided a report. I directed the report to the Criminal Investigation Department. Similar issues had arisen 13 times. You are focusing on the 13th occasion. Why? It is because if you focus on the 12th, you too would be implicated. For the first time in history, an income will be generated surpassing the 4.5 trillion estimated in the budget. The three main sources of government revenue have all surpassed their targets for the first time in Sri Lanka's history. So, the income required for the government to function can be generated. There is no issue with that. A certain MP questioned why the government does not allocate some funds for the Savanagala sugar factory if we have that much of an income. The economy collapsed because they started to distribute houses with government funds. The government possesses 8 trillion rupees. I am grateful to the previous government which initiated that measure. We are the main purchasers of treasury bills and bonds. Therefore, yields cannot be artificially driven up as before. We are controlling the markets. We will halt the distortions. We have maintained interest rates at a single-digit level for over a year now. We are discussing with the banking sector measures that can be taken to expand credit rather than lending large sums to a few customers. As per the criteria used to determine the strength of an economy, I am happy to say that we have stabilized and strengthened the economy. So, if you believe that the country would collapse through an economic crisis, that will not happen. So, how would it happen? Through political instability? We've seen this happen before. Governments have been toppled inside this very parliament. They have been removed through people taking to the streets or through elections. But I assure you, this government will not be overthrown by any of those means. Remember that we will accept change only through a democratic election. Some individuals in this country believe that the arm of justice will never reach them. They think they can commit crimes and still maintain the facade of gentlemen as if they are untouchable. They act as though protected by some invisible shield because for too long no one has challenged them. But wait and see what will happen. Today, criminals know the law is closing in. They see their personal secretaries being questioned. They know where the trail ends. And that's when they begin spreading fears, saying the government will fall or that they will cause its collapse. This is a tactic meant to intimidate law enforcement officials. We've seen this before. But I am proud to say that today we have given those officials the leadership, confidence and security they need to do their jobs. We missed a golden opportunity to punish these criminals back in 2015. Some of the lawyers who are now in the opposition, I remember you attending anti-corruption meetings and then later calling the very people under investigation to represent them in court. You were given the opportunity, but you didn't act. You even claimed Dr. Hans Vijay Surya was receiving money from India. When I asked him about it, he said that he didn't even care about the person who made those accusations. These are people who are earning millions, but they gave it all up to serve the country. We recently found a T-56 assault rifle in Colombo. During that investigation, we traced 80 hand grenades hidden inside a tank in Vaunia. There were plans to smuggle those explosives into Colombo. These are not accidents. These are conspiracies. And let me be clear, we will not allow any conspiracy to derail the genuine journey towards national development. The current laws are insufficient. We will introduce new legislation. Everyone has the right to speak freely and face the media. But if any official or parliamentarian is found to be part of a conspiracy to destabilize the country, we will take all necessary steps to defeat those efforts. There is even a conspiracy targeting the cardinal. A rumor is being spread that he didn't attend the ceremony on the day of the Easter attack because he had prior knowledge. I saw the Catholic Church convene a press conference to address this. I urge those spreading these harmful narratives to take full responsibility for their words. I also heard former MP Gammampila claim that the government arrested the former Navy commander based on information from an LTTE member. Let me be clear, he was arrested on a court order. Once again, I warn if anyone is even considering a conspiracy, we will not allow it to happen. Yes, work as separate political parties. Yes, compete for power. That is healthy. But do not engage in conspiracies. Do not create economic instability. Isn't that right, Harsha? If what you claimed had come true, US tariffs on Sri Lanka would now be at 44%.
මේ යන විදිහට 44 වෙයි කිව්වනේ.
මෙහෙමනේ කරු ජනාධිපතිතුමා ඔබතුමා අපි බයිට් එකට ගන්න බෑනේ ඔබතුමා ජනාධිපතිතුමානේ ඉතින් අපි ගෞරවය දීලා අහගෙන ඉන්නවා කමක් නැහැ හැබැයි අපි ඔබතුමා හම්බෙච්ච අවස්ථාවේදී අපි කළ යුතු දේ කුමක්ද කියන එක ඔබතුමාට පැහැදිලිවම ඉදිරිපත් කරා අපි කැමති ජනාධිපතිතුමා අපි කැමති වෙච්ච වෙලේට කැමති අපිත් මේ රටට ආදරේ
ඔබතුමා කීප විදිහට අද වැටෙන්න ඕන රට මොකද ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන ටැක්ස් එකදී අද වැටෙන්න ඕන රට එහෙම උනේ නෑනේ